Let's face it, we've all heard the horror stories of buying a used car, then turned out to be a complete lemon on wheels. And let's be real, no one wants to be stuck with a hunk of junk that breaks down on the side of the road after just a few miles. That's why it's crucial to know the importance of buying a used car the right way. But don't worry, we've got you covered with this guide. So, if you want to avoid the pitfalls of used car buying and become a smarter car shopper, watch this video from Car Computer Exchange. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all of our latest car buying tips and tricks. Alright, buckle up folks, because we're about to dive into the first steps of buying a used car: research and preparation. Trust me, this part may seem boring, but it's essential if you want to avoid any future car-related headaches, and not the good kind. First things first, you need to figure out your budget. And no, as little as possible is not a valid answer here. Be realistic and consider all of the expenses that come with owning a car: gas, insurance, maintenance, etc. You don't want to find yourself having to sell your left kidney just to afford your monthly car payments. Next up, do your homework on the make and model of the car you're interested in. Is it reliable? Are there any known issues? Are parts readily available? These are all questions you should be asking before making a purchase. And trust me, a little bit of research now can save you a ton of money and stress down the line. Now, let's talk about the car's history report. Think of it as the car's Tinder profile. You want to know as much about it as possible before swiping right. A history report can tell you if the car has been in any accidents or has needed any major repairs. And let's be real, nobody wants to buy a car that's been through the ringer. Last but not least, make sure you know the car's value. You don't want to overpay for a car that's not worth it. And if the seller is asking for way more than it's worth, don't be afraid to negotiate. Just remember to do it politely. We're not trying to start a fight here. Now, it's time for the next step in our used car buying journey: the inspection and test drive. And no, this doesn't mean just taking a quick peek and lap around the block. We're talking about a thorough investigation and a good old-fashioned joyride. First up, let's talk about the visual inspection. You want to give the car a once-over and check for any obvious issues: dents, scratches, rust, you name it. And if you're not confident in your own car knowledge, bring a buddy who is. Two heads are better than one, and they can point out things that you may have missed. Plus, they can keep you company while you wait for the seller to show up. Once you've given the car a good look over, it's time for the test drive. And no, we're not talking about a leisurely Sunday drive. This is your chance to really put the car to the test. Take it on the highway, hit some bumps, and test out the brakes. You want to make sure that the car can handle whatever the road throws at it. And if you're not confident in your own driving skills, or you just really hate parallel parking, bring a friend who can take the wheel. Just make sure they're not an overly cautious driver. We're not looking for a Sunday drive here. Now, if you're like me and don't have a pile of cash just sitting around, you may need to get pre-approved for a loan. And trust me, this is something you want to do before you start the inspection and test drive process. You don't want to fall in love with a car you can't afford. We've all been there, am I right? So there you have it, folks. Inspection, test drive, and loan approval. It may seem like a lot of work, but trust me, it's worth it to make sure you're getting a reliable car. Have you tried buying a used car before? Let us know in the comments below. Hopefully, you're enjoying the content. If you want more videos like this one, remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's go back to the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting closer to the finish line of buying a used car. It's time to talk about negotiation and purchase. And let's be real, nobody wants to get ripped off. So it's important to know how to haggle like a pro. First things first, you may want to consider bringing a mechanic to inspect the car before making an offer. And no, we're not talking about your cousin who knows a guy. We're talking about a licensed professional who can spot any potential issues with the car. Plus, Having a mechanic on hand can give you a bit more bargaining power if any issues are found. Now let's talk about the seller's asking price. It's important to know this before making an offer. You don't want to insult them with an offer that's way too low. And if you've done your research, which of course you have, you should have a good idea of what the car is worth. You should make an opening offer after learning the asking price. It's called negotiating for a reason, so don't be scared to offer a low price to begin with. But do it politely. We don't want to alienate anybody. Don't be scared to make another better offer if the seller makes a counteroffer. This is just how the game works. Now, let's say you and the seller have agreed on a price. Congratulations, you're almost there. But before you whip out your wallet, make sure you have all the necessary paperwork, title, registration, bill of sale, etc. And if you're unsure of what you need, don't be afraid to ask. It's better to be safe than sorry. So there you have it, folks. Negotiation and purchase. And if you've followed all of the steps in this guide, you should be the proud owner of a reliable used car. Okay, this is it. We've reached the home stretch. Buying a used automobile has come so close to becoming a reality for you. But hold your horses, there are still a few more procedures to go through before you hit the road. First things first, you need to transfer the ownership and registration. And let's be honest, nobody wants a trip to the DMV. So make sure you have all the necessary paperwork, which you should have gotten during the negotiation and purchase phase, and bring your patience and maybe a snack, or 3. Next up, car insurance. We know, it's not the most exciting thing to think about, but it's important to have it before you hit the road. And if you're not sure where to start, don't worry. There are plenty of online resources that can help you find the best deal. Plus, your insurance provider may offer discounts for good driving habits or multiple cars, so be sure to ask. Last but not least, make sure you have the car serviced and maintained. This may not seem like a big deal now, but trust us, preventive maintenance can save you a lot of headaches and money down the road. And if you're not a car expert, don't worry. There are plenty of reputable mechanics out there who can help you keep your new ride in tip-top shape. And there you have it, folks. The final steps to buying a used car. Now, go forth and hit the open road with confidence. And if you need any more car buying tips, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Car Computer Exchange. We promise, we won't steer you wrong.